Salve omnes, and welcome to the 11th annual commencement ceremony of the Brooklyn Latin School. My name is Lance Thomas, Dean of Discipuli of Activities and Culture and Classics Magister. I'm honored to introduce to you tonight all of our speakers for this ceremony. Our first speaker, to deliver the welcoming remarks, is Principal Support Leader and Brooklyn Latin Headmaster, Miss Gina Mautschke-Mitchell.
Pro Scuola Latina Brooklyniensis hodie vos libenter accipio. On behalf of the Brooklyn Latin School community, I would like to welcome Discipuli, Magistri parents, and all of our guests here tonight to our 11th annual commencement ceremonies and our very first virtual one. My name is Gina Mautschke-Mitchell, a support coach to new principals this school year and headmaster of the Brooklyn Latin School 2013 through 2019, and I am so honored and excited to welcome you to our ceremony tonight. Over the past few months, the terms N95 mask, social distancing, flattening the curve, hotspot, and epicenter have become part of the everyday vernacular. However, while our lives are filled with uncertainty and challenges and sorrow and unrest, we have been provided with a tremendous opportunity to reimagine the world differently. These unprecedented times are akin to playing a game without a rule book, a math lesson without a formula guide, or a Latin class where you don't need to consider nouns in terms of their number or case. To me, these times are a blank canvas where we need to think out of the box and definitely color outside the lines. We don't need to continue business as usual. In fact, we shouldn't. I pray and beg that we reflect on this remote time and pause and take action to create a better tomorrow, grounding our beliefs in facts and morals and never losing compassion or love for others. We are incredibly excited for you, our dear class of 2020. You will be the believers, the thinkers, the feelers, and the doers to make tomorrow a better place for all of us. The endless prospects and possibilities of your future are so exciting, and we are brought to life with hope for your future as a result of your Brooklyn Latin experiences. Although the past few months have been unpredictable, you quickly adapted to remote learning, you picked up new ways to communicate with each other, you gained precious time with your family, you supported others who needed help, you developed new passions and interests, you might have started a new exercise or wellness routine, and you found ways to advocate and fight for important issues such as inequalities in our healthcare, police brutality, and racism. And you've taken time to really think about what's important to you. Whatever these months have meant for you, they are a piece of your 4-year career at Brooklyn Latin, and they have helped shape the strong foundation that you developed. We are here tonight to celebrate this entire journey, from your first experience at PBC, to your first declamation and seminar, your first Latin class, all the way to your last IB course, the last time you dressed in a uniform, and the last time you stepped foot at 223 Graham Avenue. We are here tonight to celebrate all of what makes you special at TBLS. Before we get started on this evening's events, I would like you to please join me in a moment of silence for two very special people in our community whom we have lost during this time at TBLS. Please take a moment of silence for our family members, Jonathan Espada and Miss Kimberly Wynn. I trust that their dear spirits and beautiful memories will live on forever. Thank you for sharing that moment of silence. Without further ado, Incipiamus, let us begin. I welcome you to joining us in celebrating the amazing class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Mautschke. And now, a message from our Superintendent, Janice Ross, and the rest of the Brooklyn North support team.
June class of 2020. I'm here today with the high school superintendent's team. I am Janice Ross, the Brooklyn North High School Superintendent. It is our pleasure to address all of the Brooklyn North High School and middle school graduates. We are very proud of you, and I'd like to start with a quote from Dr. Seuss. Sometimes you'll never know the value of the moment until it becomes a memory. We know this past year has not been easy, but you all persevered and you made it. And for that, we are very proud of you. For those of you who are continuing on to high school, we know you will make us proud, and we are here to support you throughout your 4 years of high school and beyond. For those moving on to your post-secondary plans, we know that the dedication and commitment you received from your family and the school communities under the pedagogy of critical love, you are equipped with all the necessary skills to be successful and to be the change that we need in the world today. We love you, we are proud of you, and we look forward to hearing and seeing all the wonderful things you will be doing in the future. Best of luck, graduates of 2020, and congratulations.
I am Deputy Superintendent Dr. Huang. You will be asked to have courage and try new things as you explore the world ahead. Did you know that the word courage comes from the French word for heart? So graduates, as you embark on your future endeavors, please follow your heart, as it is the source of your courage. Congratulations to class of 2020.
Hello graduates, my name is Matt Anderson, the Director of Continuous Improvement. I just want to wish you guys a great year and new beginnings. And just remember, like, what you guys have endured and persevered this year. It's only the beginning and will allow you guys to do so much better, so much more for next year.
Hi, I'm Jen Goldberg, Director of Advanced Academic Access. Congratulations, Brooklyn North High School's 2020 graduates. I am so excited for you to make your brilliant mark upon the world. Best wishes to all of you and all of your families.
Hi, I'm Rochelle White, Director of Continuous Improvement, a new member at the Brooklyn North High School's team. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. You have persevered at a time that was most difficult for everyone. Because of your commitment and your dedication and resilience, we know that the future is bright. Keep shining, keep going. Congratulations.
Dear 2020 graduates, best of wishes to you in your future adventures. Keep making us proud, and remember that you will always have a home in Brooklyn North. Congratulations on a job well done.
Dear graduates, my name is Terrence Paulin, Superintendent Liaison, and as we close out, just one thing I have to say to you all. Dare to dream, dare to believe, dare to inspire, dare to lead. Congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed.
And now, to deliver the Headmaster's address, our acting Headmaster, Miss Katrina Billy-Wilkinson.
Good evening. Greetings to all DOE Central personnel, Superintendent Ross, and all the members of Team Ross, who continues to provide critical love to all the stakeholders in the Brooklyn North High School District. Greetings to the entire trailblazing and tenacious TBLS staff, parents, families, and friends. And finally, greetings to my tantalizing Titans, class of 2020. You did it. Even though your senior year didn't end the way that we all thought and planned it to be, you did it. You all made it through elementary school, middle school, and was accepted into TBLS, the Brooklyn Latin School, one of the top high schools in the city. But that was only the beginning. Once becoming a TBLS Titan, you all worked harder than most of you could have dreamt ever to be possible. You had to complete 4 years of Latin, master internal assessments, manage your time completing all IB components and rigor, and present countless numbers of declamation, all while showing up daily in your favorite outfit, the school dress code. You did it all, and you did it all amazingly. We are truly living through an unprecedented time in our nation's history as well as globally, caused by the pandemic and the continued systematic breakdown and inequalities of our criminal justice system towards Black and brown people, specifically men. Even though we are living in what seems like darkness, you are the light in that darkness because your future is still shining so brightly. Dr. King said, only light can cancel out darkness. So I charge you all with being the antidote and carrying the light forward into the future. The former First Lady, Miss Michelle Obama, said, you may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever estimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own, just as we are seeing now and experiencing now. Because you are light, you will be better and stronger individuals once we, and I mean we as in we the people, get through this time and this dark time and cultivate our new normal. You will continue to live your best life, grow and develop in your respective colleges or next place in life and beyond. You will be more prepared to deal with life adversities and obstacles because you weathered the pandemic virus, the loss of Miss Gwen and possibly other loved ones, and quarantine of 2020. And not only did you weather it, you came out of it with new skills, resilience, and an appreciation for being an active participant in life. You will also be better because you've attended a diverse high school where your friends are culturally, ethnically, and religiously different from you. You are all better for it because you are used to working with others collaboratively towards a common goal. Your light will support you in making better decisions and choices in the future when creating new policies that are truly equitable and diverse, that will allow people to be treated fairly and with respect and compassion for life. As our future leaders, I look forward to your decision making. It has been my honor, it has been my privilege to serve as your headmaster in your final year at TBLS. And always remember to take TBLS with you in your heart and keep that Titan spirit within you. We will always be a community that welcomes you home when things get rough, to offer the love, care, and support that we always have. We always have love, we always have support, and we will always be here with that torch burning for you to return. So go live your best lives and create magic. I am incredibly excited about your future. Good luck, best wishes, stay safe, and be well. And congratulations to the TBLS Titans Class of 2020. Woohoo! You did it!
Every year at graduation, we include a reading from Cicero's De Officiis. This selection, read in its English and Latin form, epitomizes the mission and motto of the Brooklyn Latin School. I'm proud to introduce this year's speaker, chosen by the Classics Department, Xiaoshun Li.
Salutationes. I am honored and delighted to have been chosen to deliver a declaration from Cicero's De Officiis, or On Duties. In his declaration, Cicero emphasizes Plato's assertion that we are not here for ourselves alone, but rather everything we do as those before us should be done to benefit others. Our communities, families, friends, loved ones, magistri, they all have a share in who we become. We carry all that we experienced with us, and they define who we are. And with this collective knowledge and experience, let us go forward to serve others, society, and benefit our community now and in the future. I am privileged to be a part of the graduating class of 2020, a class that understands and exemplifies the value of a strong community, a class who, in this ever-increasingly divisive world, has united to strengthen each other and encourage one another to strive to be our best selves. From our staged walkouts against gun violence to our protests on climate change. These are the moments which will define the graduating class of 2020. We always strive to be a part of something greater than ourselves. We sought to make this world better, not just for us, but for future generations to come. Along the way, we've suffered terrible losses. From the loss of our friend and fellow discipulus, Jonathan, whose jokes never failed to brighten up faces, to our beloved Magistra, Miss Gwen, who taught us so much about kindness and love. We will always carry a part of them with us as we continue to grow. It amazes me how far that we've come, but we could not have done it without the support from our fellow communities. It's small moments, such as Mr. Baker asking us, "How are you?" in the beginning of every class, to Ms. Wynn's, "I love you guys so much," whenever she's proud of us, to Mr. Tavares' whimsical jokes whenever you pass him by. It's because of these moments that we learn to care for each other, to check in and ask, "How are you?" It's because of these moments that we learn not to be afraid of expressing our love. And it's because of these moments that we learn sometimes all it takes to brighten up someone's day is a simple, whimsical joke. We have been defined and molded by those who have played a critical role in our upbringing, and I am thankful for it. In honor of those that we have lost, and the sacrifices everyone in the community has made to get us to where we are now, let us never forget how to stand by one another and how to use our voices to be a part of something greater than ourselves. I sincerely thank everyone in this community that has worked so hard for our sake. Your lessons and values have shaped us into who we are. Now, let us use these lessons and values to serve others, to serve the society, and to serve and shape a future that we can all be proud of. And now, Cicero's De Officiis. Sequoniam ut preclare scriptum est a Platone non nobis solum nati sumus ortusque nostri partem paria. Vindicat partum amicid aquae, ut placet stocies quae intedis gigantur. At usum hominum omnia creari, homines atom hominum cosa esse generatos. Ut ipsi inter sed aliis alii prodesse prosunt. In hoc naturam debemus docum sequi. Communes utiliates in medium adfere, mutatione officiorum dando accipiendo, tum artibus, tum opera, tum facultibus, divincere hominum inter homines societatem. As it has been well expressed by Plato, we are not born for ourselves alone. Our home claims are part of us, our parents are part, our friends are part. According to the Stoics, whatever the earth produces is created for the use of human beings. So people were created for the sakes of generations to come, that they might do good for one another. In this, we should follow nature as our guide and contribute our part to the general good. And by an exchange of service, by giving and receiving, and so by our skills, and so by our deeds, and so by our power, strengthen the community of the human race. Thank you.
Graduating Discipuli at the Brooklyn Latin School are given the opportunity to elect one of their peers to represent them at graduation. This year's Discipuli-Chosen speaker is Rachel Huang.
So WAITE class of 2020, we made it. We are truly a class of firsts. The first TBLS class to graduate on YouTube. The first class to not win the rigged March Madness. And the first class to end their high school career with the longest dress down day TBLS has ever seen. You may have your conflicted opinions about the notion of an online graduation, but instead of dwelling on the negatives, I want to remind you about the 3.76 years we spent together. When I first came to TBLS, I was impressed. Look, I don't know about you, but in middle school, I rarely had outside food. So a spread of Subway sandwiches seemed as good a reason as ever to come here. Months later, I admit that maybe I shouldn't have made my high school decision on food. After all, wearing uniforms and learning classics wasn't the high school experience I was expecting. Over time, TBLS has become my home and you all, my family. As a class of only 151 Discipuli, we were able to bond over our unspoken game of how long through the day can I survive without being asked to change my uniform. Regardless of your feelings towards classics in the uniform, we got through it all together. It helped us feel like a part of our own community, and as a community, we had to endure the death of both a friend and love of Magistra. Yet, we were not set back. Rather, we grew closer to one another, providing a shoulder to lean on and lending an open ear. Even in isolation, we supported each other and shared stories and memories that helped us endure through the pain. Let us always keep their memories alive, especially in these trying times. And let us continue to hold Jonathan and Miss Wen's stories close to our hearts. In the next stage of your life, right here in New York City, across the country, or even across the world, I hope that you're able to find another family filled with just as much love and support. But I hope that once you do, you don't forget about this one. I believe wholeheartedly that I am surrounded by a group of tomorrow's leaders. No matter what field you plan to pursue, and no matter how many times you change that same field, I have one wish for you all. Stand up and fight for what you believe in. We have access to a plethora of resources, role models, information, which we should use to make informed decisions in life. Let's be honest. If COVID-19 has taught us anything, it's that nobody knows what they're doing, much less the adults and much less those in leadership positions. The baton of control is going to be passed to us, and we are going to inherit a world with more issues than there are solutions. Use your seminar skills to have civilized discussions and listen to an array of perspectives before forming your own. Use your declamation skills to ensure that your voice is heard amongst the millions in the world. Even use your Latin skills to freak some people out, because let me tell you, if chanting Latin to yourself in a public area will have that effect on people, little did they know, I was just ranting about doors. In this unprecedented time, I have a few requests for you all. Reach out to people you haven't spoken to since the school shut down. Even a simple message such as, "How are you?" or "I appreciate you" can make all the difference. This includes friends, family, magistri, and others. Just because we aren't all in the same building doesn't mean we can't communicate and show gratitude. Reflect on your experiences thus far. We know better than anyone how tedious it is to sit down and write reflections, especially for CAS and any other IB assignment that comes to mind. But surprise, the skill of reflection is actually helpful. The act of reminiscing about all the good and bad moments of your past allows you to evaluate if you're content with where you are. If not, take a risk and change something in your routine. Certainly it's easier said than done, but it'll become easier with time. Make sure that you emerge with lessons you can apply to your future. I am forever grateful that I was able to spend the last 4 years with the kindest, smartest, most zealous people I'll ever know. And even more grateful that you chose me, a girl that barely spoke in freshman year, to represent you all. Congratulations to the class of 2020. I hope you will be able to meet again in a world better than the one we have today.
In addition to selecting a peer to represent them, graduating Discipuli elect one of their magistri to deliver a speech. This speaker also has the honor of reading the names of the graduates. Please welcome Math Magister, Mr. Matthew Baker.
Salwete class of 2020. How are you doing tonight? Obviously, I know I can't hear your responses, but I had to ask one last time. I'll just pretend Ronan said, super duper. So, you've made it. I'm sure this isn't at all what you thought the finish line would look like. Each of us doing commencement from our own homes, some of you still in sweatpants. But we shouldn't let the weirdness of our circumstance take away from the significance of this day. You've earned a high school diploma. 12 years of school have gotten you to this point. As a math teacher, I wanted to look at some data. I did some very rough estimations, and you've had at least 650 days of high school, not counting the days since school shut down and the occasional snow day. 14 declamations, 8 regents, 60 assessments in math, and a similar number in science. You've read 30 books, written 15 history reports, and had 15 JOG assessments. There have been 12 public decks, 3 Founders Day prize decks, and 2 prize deck winners in your class. You've logged over 2,500 CAS experiences and completed 6 sets of internal and external assessments for the IB. You participated in more extracurriculars than I can count, and you'll be attending over 40 unique colleges and universities, which means you applied to almost an order of magnitude more. And no one is counting the number of times you managed to hide your lack of tie under a zipped up sweater, or the times you had to borrow shoes from the uniform closet. We don't have data on the number of candygrams you sent or how often you forgot your locker combination. And no one could count the number of smiles with your friends or jokes with your Magistri. As thoughtful math students, you also know that numbers seldom tell the whole story. We don't have data for how it felt that first day at TBLS, sitting in those uncomfortable auditorium seats and hearing "Salwete" on this for the first time and thinking, "What did she just call me?" We don't have a statistic for what it felt like when you made such a strong point in history seminar R2 that your classmates talked about it all through math class in R3. There's no parameter for how terrible it felt when you forgot the words in a declamation, or how wonderful it was when Miss Billy remembered your name in the atria. And I have no metric, quantitative or qualitative, that can begin to measure the loss we've felt over our time together. As a group, you've had to endure more than most, and it's not fair, and it sucks. But I've continuously been amazed at how you have handled these situations with grace and maturity. Which brings me to the other thing I don't have a metric for. How proud we are of each and every one of you. While I haven't had the honor of teaching every one of you, I can confirm that your Magistri do talk about you. All good things, well, mostly good things. I've heard about the wonderful presentation in TOK, or the funny thing you said in English, or how you tutored a classmate after school. I've said this to my classes before, but I think sometimes as teachers we get so focused on all the upcoming assignments and the material you haven't mastered, even though we just went over it for the 3rd time. And why isn't that student wearing dress shoes? And did that student do their homework? That we forget to pause and say that we do see you and who you've become, and that we think it's really great. TBLS can be a weird place. For those of you that don't know, our motto is, "To whom much is given, much is expected." We've really gotten a handle on the much is expected part sometimes. And those days where you had a translatio and a chem test and history deck and English annotations and everything else can be really hard to feel successful. But you have been, even if it hasn't always felt that way. You all did enough. You all are enough. You should take a moment and congratulate yourselves. Over the years, some of you have asked for advice about life. That's a common theme of many graduation speeches, and you should Google some of them. They're really insightful. But I'm not going to do that here because honestly, I don't even know what advice I could give. The world you are entering is so different than the one I inherited when I was your age. The news is all pandemic and protest and partisan politics. Things are literally on fire. You are all entering a world in what feels like the middle of a grand inflection point. And unlike in math class, there's no second derivative test that's going to tell us what this is all going. See what I did there? It's really complicated to feel both excited and scared about what's coming next. But it's also really normal. I think you're all feeling that way now, and your Magistri and your families are feeling it too. One way I've found for managing my anxiety is to give myself stuff to do, which is why my apartment is so clean as I'm preparing for this speech. I want to give you one last assignment. It's not a declamation or a seminar or an exam or a pacer test, but it is going to be tough, and you're not going to be able to use photomath on this one. Your final assignment is this. Make the world better than when you found it. I don't know what that looks like. There's no mark scheme for better. Each of you will have to decide what that means on your own. But I do know that this is what you've been training for. When you meet people that mistake their volume for the righteousness of their argument, you'll need to draw on all those years waiting for your turn to speak in seminar with the perfect piece of evidence to support your claim. Remember that every voice in the circle has value. Remember that you have power by speaking your mind and sharing your thoughts. When you hear about less advantaged groups being silenced, remember how you used your voice and declamation to amplify the voices of others. Remember that everyone has stories worth telling, and all of your stories have value. Tell your stories, and never forget the power in listening to the ideas of others. When someone with power and privilege tries to divide us, remember all those classes at the 4-person tables, working in groups to finish an expo presentation. Remember how important it is to work together, and how important it is to have trust. You'll run into people who spread falsehoods. Remember the work you did in history and in TOK, critically assessing the information you encounter. Remember the investigations in science, where you got to the bottom of whatever was going on in those test tubes. You'll run into problems that seem unsurmountable. Remember those tough problems in math and how you persevered. Break the problem down, look for things you recognize, look for different perspectives. And there will be times when the right choice is the hard choice, the scary choice. And I'm actually going to quote some Latin here from Seneca the Younger. Non quia difficilia sunt non ademus, sed quia non ademus difficilia sunt. Sorry if I butchered that. Some of us haven't had 4 years of Latin. Mr. Thomas translated it for me as, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but rather because we do not dare that things are difficult. Remember those times when you raised your hand even though you weren't sure of the answer, and how taking that chance helped you to grow. Remember the courage you had to stand in front of your classmates and declaim a piece you felt passionate about. Continue to dare greatly and do the difficult thing, and continue to use your voices even when it's scary. We spent 4 years teaching you how to problem solve, how to craft an argument, how to appreciate others. But most importantly, we've taught you to use your voices. Don't ever forget the power that you have. No pressure. You got this. And with that, our journey together is almost over. It hasn't always been easy. There have been tears, so many tears. There have also been smiles and laughs, lots of cheers. I'm so honored that I got to be a part of this last stage, and all of us, your teaching magistri, counselors, office staff, deans, headmasters, we love you, and we will miss you all terribly. You have to come back to visit, so I can give you one last high five, because I can't wait to hear about all the things you're going to do to continue to make us proud. And so you can tell me how you've never had to factor a quadratic. Congratulations, class of 2020, and good luck.
Brooklyn Latin Magistri also choose one of the Class 1 Discipuli to speak at graduation. To deliver the final speech of the night is the Magistri-Chosen speaker, Cham.
While walking the halls of Brooklyn Latin in my oversized khaki pants and white crisp shirt, I envisioned a crisp storybook ending. I reasoned that since we started our high school journey at Princeton Blairtown, we would end our tenure with a return to Princeton Blairtown to once again roast s'mores and throw sticks in the fire. Our graduation, we would commemorate the 4 years with a walk across the stage in purple gowns and be handed our diplomas by Miss Billy. At the end, we would toss our hats in the air and listen to the cheers of our loved ones. But that is not our story. In these tumultuous times, the words of the late poet Maya Angelou resonate. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Over the years, we, the class of 2020, have overcome academic rigor, demands that built confidence as we overcame that which seemed insurmountable, demands that developed an unrelenting drive for success. Now, our future demands the same determination that got us through these past 4 years, and we will rise to the challenge. None of us could have imagined that our last year together would be cut short, and that our graduation ceremony would be held online. Nevertheless, we will not be reduced. The obstacles that have impacted our final year together will not be what defines our high school experience. The good times we've had at TBLS will be what we remember. Coming together as a class and competing in March Madness, making memories with our advisories every week. And this year, polo season was extended. Shout out to the student council. We also got to go outside for lunch with our friends, which may very well be the highlight of my time at TBLS. Whether in school, outside at lunch, or after school, we were always there to support each other. Even now, we may not be able to show support in person, but we continue to laugh, play, and encourage one another while being miles apart. Having not seen each other in months, we as a collective are honoring each other and celebrating our achievements. I am proud of every single member of this class for not only the things you have achieved, like earning awards in the National Latin exam, but also for your drive for activism, both politically and environmentally. You all have inspired me so much over these past 4 years. This class is full of brilliant thinkers that I am certain will leave their mark on this world. We can all agree that the freedom to become who we want results from an incredible support system, both at home and in school. At home, our parents and guardians' love and encouragement made this journey possible. Thank you for believing in us, for inspiring and motivating us. Thank you for yelling, "Go to bed, sleep is important," when you find us studying past midnight. Thank you for listening to our declamations and insisting that it was good. And more recently, thank you for waking us up to log in at 9 a.m. to take attendance and allowing us to go right back to sleep. Because sleep is important. Despite unprecedented circumstances, we are still fortunate in that unlike traditional graduation ceremonies where family members are seated away from us, we, the class of 2020, get to memorialize this experience right beside the ones we love, right in the comfort of our homes, and for some, even in the comfort of their pajamas. In the same spirit of gratitude, we, the class of 2020, thank our Magistri at TBLS. You have worked so hard to educate and prepare us for a bright future. You are not only our educators, but our role models. Not only our superiors, but our friends. Individuals we knew we could count on, because time and time again, you showed that you had our best interests at heart. Thank you to the counseling Magistri for helping us navigate through the daunting college admissions process. To the main office Magistri, thank you for keeping track of everything from our lunch forms to our attendance, and for not letting us get away with being late. Ever. Thanks to you, we have all developed the superhuman ability to get off the train at 8:15, grab a bacon, egg, and cheese, and still get to school at 8:20. We, the 2020 Discipuli of TBLS, are transformative thinkers and trailblazers, and we will not stop now. In the face of sudden change, we get to shape our new reality with positivity and resilience. The seeds of unity, compassion, integrity, and excellence sown by TBLS in each of us is our legacy. In the spirit of our motto, Cui multum sit datum, multum ab eo postribitur. To whomever much has been given, much will be expected from them. We, the class of 2020, must hold this as a banner in our hearts as we embark into our future. The recent tragedies that have occurred make it clear that we must discard the prejudice of old and unite in the power of our diversity. Let's choose to not be reduced by hatred, injustice, or intolerance, but instead to live our lives as responsible citizens, empowering and uplifting others with the determination to make this world a better place for all. A tossed graduation cap comes back down. Gowns fade, but the memories we hold of TBLS and our conviction for progress will never fade. We are the Brooklyn Latin School class of 2020. Let us continue our rich legacy in love as we raise the bar. Congrats, everyone.
All right, Class 1, it's the moment you've been waiting so long for. Time for you each to graduate. Mr. Baker will be saying each of your names, and then Ms. Billy will be conferring all of your diplomas. Congratulations, everyone.
Rebecca Lauren Cham. Maisha Ahmed. Zaha Ahmed, Ragib Ahmed, Tasfia Ahmed, Noor Al-Muzahid, Alicia Alam, Shamar Alexander, Adiel Arbizu Rosas, Nisha Azad, Rakaya Bakal, Syra Bashir, Abhishek Hasnat, Alexea Benjamin, Daria Birju, Kadane Bowen Jr., Brianna Brown, Maxim Bookbinder, Eleftheria Kapitanakis, Kirsten Carrington, Amira Carter, John Cham, Philip Chan, Riva Chaudhry.
Only 4 years at TBLS can take this and turn it into.
Thank you so much to all my friends, family, and teachers for helping me get this far. Thank you.
Anna Chen, Eric Chen, Pearl Chen, Peggy Chen, Yui Chen, Jesse Chen, Winnie Chen, Alexandra Chetri,
soon, class of 2020. Stay strong.
Sky Cupid Douglas. Sophia Delfonso.
Thank you to all my teachers and friends for helping me through this journey.
Pooja Devnath. Animesh Deb. Latif Dialne. William Diaz. David Dillard. Jason DiMartino. Nathaniel Dixon. Susan Dawn. Sana Asayam.
Congrats everyone, and thank you teachers and staff and everyone else. We did it.
Ogechika Esedebe.
Congratulations, class of 2020, the most elite class. Wishing us amazing success in the future. Bye, guys.
Khalil Fair. Sophia Fan. Shelly Figueroa.
Salwete, I just want to express my admiration for my peers, teachers, and the rest of the community for being so passionate and inspirational. Keep it up.
Kaito Galpin.
Hey everyone, it's Kaito. Congratulations for graduating, class of 2020. It's been a fun 4 years. Bye.
London Gashi. Catherine Jarakaris.
Shout out to my family, friends, and teachers for all 4 years of TBLS. Congrats, class of 2020.
Cooper Glick. Elijah Griffin. Emmanuel Griffin. Ashley Huang. Nazaha Hassan. Talia Holmes. Kazi Hawk.
Thank you to all of my teachers who have dedicated all their time and energy to teaching me and my classmates. I'm forever grateful to be a student of the Brooklyn Latin School. Thank you, and I love you guys so much.
Simon Horan. Sabir Hussain. Shafath Hussain. Isaiah House. Junhao Huang. Rachel Huang. Luz Ibanez Roje. Naved Islam. Chisnia Islam. Eugene Jiang. Sienna Johnson. Masroor Kabir. Prince Karmachari. Desmond Cooper.
I want to thank Mr. Emil, Ms. Beater, Ms. Snyder, all the other teachers I don't have time to mention here, and all of my friends. I miss you now, I'm going to miss you next year. Walite.
Samuel Kim. Nicholas Kochnev. Nathaniel Koifman. Emily Law.
The last 4 years haven't been easy, but you guys made it a lot more bearable. I love you, and I wish you luck in the next chapter of your life.
Zoe Law. Kevin Lee. Jack Lee. Justin Leon. Addison Lee. Alan Lee. Grace Lee. Casey Lee. Madison Lee. Xiaoshun Li. Chu Lin. Quentin Livingston.
Hi, Brooklyn Latin Class of 2020. Congrats on making it to this point, and I'm super proud with each and every one of you for getting here and for being able to start the next stage of our lives.
Sheldon Llewellyn. Estefania Yimichushka. Tenzing Lobsang. Nafisa Maisha. Elijah Malchus. Jack McComb. Ronan McKinnon. Arham Mia. Tena Montañez. Eden Nicole Moore. Jennifer Moreno. Christopher Morocho. Tenzin Namgyal. Tenzing Naden. Noha Nizam. Thelma Aragba. Sierra Paris. Elisa Anne-Marie Permasso. Sierra Jolie Principal. Catherine Quach. Atika Rahman. Alvi Rahman. Subarno Rahman. Gabriel Ramirez. Elijah Rivera. Omer Rondell. Harris Rosenberg. Zola Ross Gray. Kitano Rubio. Mohammed Safi. John Henry M. Cervania. Anastasia Shalahava. Tasneem Shaukat, Amanda Sutu, Nazifa Tabasum, Umia Tassim, Danson Tang, Farzana Tasneem, Anjali Tamal, Jeffrey Tigsy, Vivian Sang, Shadib Udin, Huang, Johnny Wang, Tongshu Wen, Oscar Yolchek, Kelly Williams,
Because of my family, my teachers, and all my best friends at TBLS, these last 4 years have not only been a chapter, but also a little book.
William Wu, Jeff Yang, Alan Yi, Chaobin Yi, Darren Yip, Fahim Zaman, Andrew Zhang, Jason Zhang, Nina Zhang, Victoria Zhang, Andy Zhao,
No matter where you are, will the class of 2020 please rise? By the power vested in me by the New York State Board of Regents and the City of New York, I hereby declare the candidates set forth have met the academic requirements for graduation. You may move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations! You did it!
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time.
I made it out!
It's a celebration. Let's celebrate.
Here's the deal. Y'all physically cannot make me wear this cap properly or this gown. I'm going to wear this open and I'm not going to wear this. They look ridiculous in any other scenario. It's just not happening. I'm a force of chaos. I cannot be stopped. With that out of the way, thank you to everyone who supported me these last 4 years. I don't know if this 2020 is going to come out backwards or not. And I love all of you who have looked out for me while I've been at TBLS. It means a lot. Thank you guys, and congratulations.
Together, it's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.